Narcissism. The very word evokes images of vanity and self-obsession. We picture someone lost in their own reflection, blind to the world around them. However, this outward display of grandiosity often masks a much deeper pain. Like a shattered mirror, the narcissist's self-image is fractured, composed of countless shards of insecurity and self-doubt. Imagine a sparkling diamond. On the surface, it shines bright, captivating onlookers with its brilliance. Yet, deep within its core lies a flaw, a hidden vulnerability. This is the paradox of the narcissist. They project an aura of invincibility, craving admiration and validation. But beneath this carefully constructed facade lies a profound sense of worthlessness, a fear of being exposed as inadequate or unlovable. This discrepancy between the outer shell and the inner turmoil is what makes narcissism so fascinating and perplexing. It's like watching a skilled actor play a role, knowing that behind the mask lies a complex and often troubled individual. Understanding this duality is crucial to navigating interactions with narcissists and protecting ourselves from their potential harm. This exploration delves into the heart of narcissism, uncovering the reasons behind their grandiosity and the devastating impact their behavior can have on those around them. We'll journey through the psychological labyrinth of their minds, shedding light on the childhood wounds and maladaptive coping mechanisms that contribute to their condition. Narcissism is not merely a personality quirk, it's a deeply ingrained pattern of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors rooted in early childhood experiences. While the exact causes of narcissism are complex and multifaceted, several psychological theories shed light on its development. One prominent theory points to early childhood experiences of neglect or emotional unavailability from caregivers. When a child's basic needs for love, attention, and validation are consistently unmet, they may develop a fragile sense of self-worth. This void can lead to an insatiable need for external validation, seeking to fill the emptiness within through the admiration and praise of others. Another theory suggests that overindulgent or excessively praising parenting styles can contribute to narcissistic traits. Children who are constantly told they are exceptional, superior, or deserving of special treatment may develop an inflated sense of self-importance. However, this inflated ego often lacks the genuine self-esteem that comes from facing and overcoming challenges. Imagine a young sapling deprived of sunlight and nourishment. It may wither and struggle to grow, its branches reaching desperately for any source of sustenance. Similarly, a child deprived of consistent love and validation may develop narcissistic defenses as a way to cope with their emotional deprivation. It's important to remember that not every child who experiences neglect or overindulgence will develop narcissism. Genetic predispositions and temperament also play a role in shaping personality. However, understanding these early childhood influences can provide valuable insights into the underlying motivations and vulnerabilities that drive narcissistic behavior. The narcissist's need for validation is like a bottomless pit, constantly demanding to be filled. This insatiable hunger manifests in various ways throughout their daily interactions, often leaving a trail of confusion and emotional exhaustion in its wake. Imagine a coworker, let's call him Mark, who constantly boasts about his accomplishments, exaggerating his role in projects and minimizing the contributions of others. He dominates conversations, steering them towards his achievements and fishing for compliments. This relentless self-promotion, though seemingly confident, often masks a deep-seated fear of inadequacy. Any criticism, no matter how constructive, is perceived as a personal attack, triggering defensiveness and anger. Or consider Sarah, a friend who constantly seeks reassurance about her appearance, bombarding others with selfies and fishing for compliments on social media. Her need for external validation stems from a fragile self-image, relying on the approval of others to feel worthy and attractive. These examples highlight how the narcissist's hunger for validation permeates their interactions, often at the expense of genuine connection and empathy. They view relationships as transactional, valuing others based on their ability to bolster their ego and provide a constant stream of admiration. This relentless pursuit of external validation can be emotionally draining for those around them. It creates an imbalance in relationships, where the narcissist's needs take center stage, leaving little room for reciprocity or genuine emotional support. One of the most alluring and disarming tactics employed by narcissists is love bombing, an intense and overwhelming display of affection designed to quickly enmesh their target in a whirlwind of romance and adoration. Imagine meeting someone who showers you with compliments, gifts, and extravagant gestures of love. They declare you their soulmate, mirroring your interests and showering you with constant attention. This intoxicating cocktail of flattery and affection can be incredibly seductive, sweeping you off your feet before you even have a chance to catch your breath. However, this initial euphoria is often short-lived. Once the narcissist feels they have secured your affection and admiration, the love bombing subsides, revealing a starkly different reality. The once attentive and charming partner may become distant, critical, and emotionally unavailable. This abrupt shift in behavior can be deeply disorienting and painful. You may find yourself questioning your own perceptions, wondering what you did wrong to cause such a drastic change. However, it's crucial to remember that the love bombing was never about genuine love or connection. It was a calculated tactic designed to secure narcissistic supply. The aftermath of love bombing can leave lasting emotional scars. It can erode your self-esteem, making you question your judgment and ability to trust your instincts. Recognizing the signs of love bombing and understanding its manipulative nature is essential for protecting yourself from this emotionally abusive tactic. Section 5. Projection and gaslighting. Twisting reality to fit the narrative. Narcissists possess an uncanny ability to twist reality to fit their own narrative, using tactics like projection and gaslighting to deflect blame, maintain control, and protect their fragile egos. Projection involves attributing their own flaws, insecurities, and undesirable traits onto others. For instance, a narcissist who struggles with infidelity may accuse their partner of being unfaithful, projecting their own transgressions onto their innocent loved one. This tactic serves to shift the focus away from their own shortcomings, while simultaneously undermining their partner's credibility and sanity. Gaslighting, on the other hand, is a more insidious form of manipulation that involves distorting or denying reality to make the victim question their own sanity. A narcissist might deny saying or doing something, even when confronted with evidence, or they may try to convince their partner that they are misremembering events. This constant questioning of reality can chip away at the victim's confidence and self-esteem, making them more dependent on the narcissist for validation and approval. Imagine a scenario where you confront a narcissistic partner about their hurtful behavior. Instead of taking responsibility, they turn the tables, accusing you of being overly sensitive, imagining things, or trying to control them. This manipulation can be incredibly disorienting, making you question your own perceptions and sanity. Recognizing these tactics is crucial for breaking free from the narcissist's web of distortion. Documenting instances of projection and gaslighting can help you maintain a firm grasp on reality and remind yourself that you are not to blame for their behavior. Section 6. Narcissistic Rage. The volcano erupts. Beneath the surface of charm and grandiosity lies a simmering cauldron of rage, ready to erupt when the narcissist's carefully constructed facade is threatened. This narcissistic rage can manifest in various ways, from icy silence and passive-aggressive jabs to explosive outbursts of anger and verbal abuse. Imagine a child throwing a temper tantrum because they didn't get the toy they wanted. Similarly, a narcissist's rage stems from their inability to regulate their emotions and cope with feelings of shame, vulnerability, or a perceived threat to their ego. Any perceived criticism, challenge to their authority, or failure to meet their unrealistic expectations can trigger an episode of narcissistic rage. This rage is often disproportionate to the situation, leaving their victims feeling bewildered, frightened, and emotionally abused. It's important to remember that narcissistic rage is never your fault. It's a reflection of the narcissist's own internal struggles and inability to manage their emotions in a healthy way. Recognizing the signs of an impending rage episode and establishing firm boundaries to protect yourself from their verbal and emotional abuse is crucial for your well-being. Section 7. Shielding yourself. Strategies for self-protection. Navigating interactions with a narcissist can feel like walking through a minefield, with every step potentially triggering an explosion of anger, manipulation, or emotional abuse. However, there are strategies you can employ to protect yourself and maintain your sanity. One crucial step is establishing firm boundaries. This involves clearly communicating your limits and what you will and will not tolerate. For instance, you might set a boundary around disrespectful language, stating that you will not engage in conversations where you are being yelled at or belittled. Another essential strategy is to detach emotionally. This doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent, but rather refusing to get sucked into their emotional drama. Remember that you are not responsible for their feelings or actions and you cannot control their behavior. It's also crucial to prioritize self-care. Engaging in activities that bring you joy, spending time with supportive friends and family, and seeking professional help can provide you with the emotional resilience needed to navigate the challenges of dealing with a narcissist. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. By setting boundaries, detaching emotionally, and prioritizing self-care, you can protect yourself from the damaging effects of narcissistic abuse. Section 8. Their journey, not yours. Setting boundaries with compassion. While it's essential to protect yourself from narcissistic abuse, it's also important to approach the situation with compassion. Remember that behind the mask of grandiosity lies a deeply wounded individual struggling with immense pain and insecurity. However, their healing is not your responsibility. You cannot fix them, nor should you try. Trying to change a narcissist is like trying to hold water in your hand. It's an exercise in futility that will only leave you feeling frustrated and drained. Instead, focus your energy on setting healthy boundaries, protecting your emotional well-being, and surrounding yourself with supportive and loving individuals. Offer compassion without enabling their behavior, recognizing that their journey of healing is ultimately their own. Remember, empathy doesn't require you to subject yourself to abuse. You can acknowledge their pain without taking responsibility for their actions or allowing them to continue hurting you. Section 9. Beyond the facade. A glimpse into other personality disorders. Narcissism is just one facet of a complex spectrum of personality disorders, each with its own unique set of traits, challenges, and treatment approaches. In our next exploration, we'll delve into the intricacies of borderline personality disorder, uncovering the emotional volatility, fear of abandonment, and intense relationships that characterize this often misunderstood condition. Join us as we journey beyond the facade, shedding light on the complexities of the human psyche and the importance of seeking understanding and compassion.